So when as I was listening to you, I was thinking them actually that it doesn't have to be necessarily a unique product. This is everybody's problem because everybody is trying to differentiate themselves, right? And usually, and there's a great marketing book long time ago. I read it. I'm sure it's still out there called 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And the first one is be the first in your category. If you're not the first, create your own category. So
Yeah.
everybody's trying to do that. But you are on a platform like Amazon Marketplace that is governed by templates and categories and item types and everything else. So how are you going to do that, right? So it's everybody's challenge. So it doesn't have to be a unique product. Your social setting completely eliminates that challenge, right? Because you're meeting
Well,
the demand.
yeah, the idea is that instead of having to worry about like where I'm serving at, what category am I in? With good social selling, you're in the communities where people who have these problems are discussing and trying to collectively figure out solutions. Like let's talk about Reddit, for example. So Reddit is a platform that I would say most brands do not touch. It is because Reddit is a non-syndication platform. And what I mean by that is brands think of Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube because you can take the same video and cut it short for YouTube or shorter for TikTok, and you can put the long form on your Facebook, and then you cut a reel on Instagram. So you can syndicate your content across all these platforms, and most brands have all these things and they spray and pray and they hope for the best that their customers are going to be on one of these social media platforms, find out about this content, and engage with it. Reddit does not have profiles in the same way that every other brand has profiles. Instead of following people, you follow communities where people discuss certain problems. And if you post content about that's clearly branded content from your brand, that's like an ad for your brand, 99% of the time it will get removed and you will get banned because Reddit does not allow for brands to post content on Reddit. Sounds like a terrible platform for a business to think about because the barrier to entry isn't so high. But the Reddit is the community or the social media platform that every brand should be thinking about in 2024 for two good reasons. So one, they've started indexing with Google. I'm not sure how much you've talked about SEO in the last maybe 6 months, but I'm pretty sure it's probably come up a number of times. The SEO is just changing. And one of the big changes that was rolled out and it comes to at least Google's search algorithm is that Google decided to start indexing Reddit content. So the number one word when you type in blank recommendation, you can try this at home, is Reddit. Google wants to add Reddit onto your search result because it sees Reddit as a trusted knowledge source. Even if you don't add Reddit, Reddit will still outrank most of your content and your competitors' content. And this is content created by unqualified, random individuals on the internet. And they are the ones who control your brand without you being in that conversation too, right?
Like Wikipedia.
It's like Wikipedia, but you can't edit the article as a brand, right? It's like,
Yeah.
what? Their user base has grown from 150 million to almost 500 million in the last few years, in the last 2 to 3 years. Like their size has tripled, and the platform has never been more important. Because unlike, and I would say another big benefit for why businesses might be interested in Reddit is like, imagine you sell, like let's talk about this, like these oils, right? These essential oils. You only need to consider a very small portion of Reddit, aromatherapy, naturopathy. There's probably 10 to 15 related communities where content about essential oils is probably going to be discussed and talked about. the rest of Reddit that covers like pictures of dogs and cats and discussions of politics. It's not relevant for you, but it will be relevant for some other brand that maybe sells pet food, you know? And it's never been easier to organize your customers and learn what they're actually saying. Other social media platforms are not organized in this way. They're organized by person and a person or a brand and a following around that brand. But Reddit aggregates and sorts your customers for you. Like, it's incredible. Yet brands are scared of engaging with Reddit, or they don't use it, or maybe they just don't use it themselves, so they don't think about using it for their business. That's where we started when I was doing my business. Because for me, when tools at the time weren't working to help me find the right content, I would just refresh on like the skincare addiction community every time I could, and hope that I would see a post about sunscreen, because of I did some research and found that this community was the biggest community that can most consistently discuss what sunscreen to buy. And one moment I found my opportunity. I happened to stumble upon a thread when it was very early on, and it was about a mom asking about what sunscreen to buy for her 3-year-old toddler. So I commented in the thread and I said, hey, I'm a sunscreen expert. Here's all the things you should consider. And when it comes to reapplying sunscreen, there's a new gadget. It's called Spot My UV, and it will teach your kid that they should reapply sunscreen whenever the sticker turns purple. And if some people engage with it, not many. We had a few orders that day. But most importantly, one of those orders was from a customer who posted a review of the sticker back on that same community 2 weeks later. And, you know, I was notified, it started blowing up, and I found out about the thread. It happened at 3 in the morning, so I didn't find out about it till I woke up at, 7:30. And I jumped into the comments and I said, hey, actually, I'm the inventor. I created this product. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And answered more than 200 questions that day in that thread, from people asking about sunscreen, how the sticker worked, what sunscreens it worked with. And then people on Reddit took that content and shared it to other platforms. It got put on Instagram. And TikTok wasn't really a thing, or as big of a thing yet. It got posted on other subreddit boards. We had a sale going on our website at the time. And it got posted to like a deals subreddit. It's like 50% off these sunscreen stickers. And then we had 10,000 orders in a day. At the time, we offered same-day shipping and overnight shipping. And I think it took 4 weeks to get all those orders out, because it was me and my co-founder's fulfillment team. There was no 3PL in place. It was like, all right, well, this is crazy. And at the time, we
had enough inventory to do all this.
We had enough inventory, which is like we had enough inventory on hand. We just didn't we expected it to last the whole summer, not like the first week of summer,
Oh, so you were lucky because this happened at the beginning of.
Yes. Yeah.
If it happened at the end, it would have sold out very quickly.
And then here's what happens when you have great social media traction. People like to back winners. If you have great social media traction and people love your brand, then I know this is predominantly an e-commerce audience, but if you do plan to go into retail for any product that you have, showing great social media engagement for your product is a huge way to get a win. So at the time, in addition to launching on Amazon and getting into Amazon Launchpad, we also got into CVS and Walmart and Target and 40 major retailers, including those brands, Albertsons, you name it. We were in 10,000 retail stores with a 1 SKU item, and on Amazon and Amazon Launchpad. And it all happened because of a couple Reddit comments. It took no money, and it took up a lot of my time, but it took no actual money. And it took a little bit of luck